Since the beginning of 2018, 3,500 people have crossed the English Channel in small dinghies, ribs, as they're more commonly known. Of the last 2,700 that have arrived, only 155 have been returned. That is about 4%. So the message is clear. In fact, we may as well chalk it up, put it up on the cliffs of Dover, that if you want to come to the United Kingdom illegally, you will be allowed to stay. And that plays into the hands of the criminal traffickers. You know, way back in December 2018, Sajid Javid, who was the Home Secretary at the time, declared what was going on as a major incident, and he said it was only a matter of time before people lose their lives. Well, over the course of the last 10 days, have done 3 visits down to the coast to try and get a proper understanding of what is going on. And I'm now in a position where, because I've done this, I've got people, I've got informers telling me exactly what is going on, and I do intend to keep the pressure up. I did it to try and raise an issue that had literally disappeared from our national conversation. Nobody was talking about it. I was last there on Thursday. On Friday, VE Day, and on Saturday, a total of 227 illegal immigrants were intercepted and taken into Dover. Some of those, a dozen of those, were actually found on the shingle at Dungeness, some way away from where they'd landed. I have no doubt, absolutely no doubt, there were other dinghies that landed on quiet parts of the coast and people simply disappeared. The French authorities did intercept themselves 77 and take them back into French ports. But bear in mind, you know, we've given the French nearly 50 million quid to try and stop this from happening, and my impression is they make a token effort every now and again and not much more. I also predicted that the size of the boats would get bigger and the risks that were being taken would get greater. And indeed, one of the boats that came in on Friday morning was by far the biggest of these inflatables that we've seen so far, and it was carrying nearly 50 people. It is only a matter of time before there is a collision mid-channel in the dark and a lot of people lose their lives. I know that will happen. It's just bound to be. This morning, one boat has been brought into Dover, we think with as many as 17 people on it. And I heard before I came on air that another chase detection, more over towards Belgium, is going on. There won't be many more boats this week because the wind's going to blow hard from the northeast. But as soon as we get the next calm day, we will get another flotilla arriving. I fear we could be on the verge of something almost approaching an invasion this year. Yes, I know it's a contentious word, but if thousands and thousands of people come in hundreds and hundreds of boats, it's difficult to find a different word. This Home Secretary, rather like previous ones, has talked very tough and is finding it difficult because of EU rules, finding it difficult because I don't think the Prime Minister feels very strongly about this. I mean, bear in mind, as Mayor of London, Boris Johnson more than once advocated a total amnesty for illegal immigrants. But at some point in time, we've got to get a grip on this. And I do ask those, like our caller earlier, who think I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be talking about this, it's an outrage, anyone that wants to come should be allowed to come. I urge them all to really think this through. We should not be supporting these appalling criminal gangs and the fact that many of those that come cannot afford the exorbitant fare and when they get to the UK have to work it off. It is a form of modern day slavery. It is abominable. There is nothing good about what is going on in the English Channel. Yes, the police knocked on my door at 10 o'clock at night. I think it was an extraordinary thing for them to have done. I think it was a mistake, but I won't be silenced on this. I'm going to go on talking about it. And as I say, as a result of what I've done, I've now got people all up and down the coast keeping an eye out for what's going on. And we'll make sure that things do not slip under the net, that things do not get away without being reported. I think it's very, very important. Right, let's get back to